Alright, fellas, it's your boy Mamba Lamba, and today I'm here and joined by my boy, the guy Afi,
Yes, sir.
and we're here to give our thoughts on Pokemon Unite. I mean, sure, we just played like a day, right? I believe it was a day,
Yeah.
or a day or two, and it's sort of just a Japanese test, so don't really take what we're saying for granted. All of this is just initial thoughts, first impressions on what characters look strong, what characters feel strong. We already made a non-available list for characters that are on this tier list that will be making it into the official release. I believe that's Gardevoir. I forgot this mon's name.
Zeraora.
Zeraora, Clefairy, and Blastoise. But the rest of the mons here are pretty much playable right now in the Japan test, and here we go. So we can go into the list right now and check what Pokemon. We can do this in order actually if you want.
Well, if we're gonna do this in order, turns out Pokemon Unite, the website got it right because Pikachu is 100% the best Pokemon in the game right now.
I don't know if it's the best, but it's gotta be top 3, bro.
It's easy. The character has arguably the best range in the game. Being able, I was just playing Pikachu, and I was doing camps over walls, no problem. The basic attack range is insane on this Pokemon for whatever reason. Also has access to a snare, which is a CC, and it allows for ganks to be really easy. And also, if you level up, you get access to Electro Ball, which is arguably one of the highest damaging moves in the game. That's on a 5-second cooldown, which is very insane. This Pokemon, I don't care what anybody says, that Pokemon is the best in the game for it. It's either it or Talonflame, in my opinion.
And then you have all this crowd control with this character. Not only with the crowd control, but also with him having the best offense, I believe, in the game. Also, obviously, the easiest character to pick up, since you can just literally hold the attack button. He'll do all the work for you. He's really easy to level up. His super's arguably the best in the game, since it legit covers an whole area of effect. And it does so much damage in general. He's just really easy to pick up. It's not much to say. He's probably the closest thing to a perfect one in Unite. And it makes sense because he is the main character.
The mascot,
right?
yeah.
He is the mascot, right? So you gotta make the mascot broken, right?
I think it's so stupid because Thundershock also does a lot, decent damage, and you can't miss because you just snare them, and then you just get a free any trick shot, whatever. It's so dumb. Come on, stupid.
This mod is insane. Yeah, 1000%. We can go to Charizard. I'm gonna be real with you guys. This character's kind of silly, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah. So Charizard, in all honesty, it's literally just a worse version of Garchomp, right? So you start off with Charmander, which is pretty dookie. And then you evolve into Charmeleon, which is pretty dookie. And then late game or mid game, late game, you get to Charizard, and you're thinking to yourself wow, I could be playing Garchomp right now. That's crazy. It's how do I say this? It has good mobility, right? It has good damage. The problem is that for the amount of time that you have to wait to get access to these things, it just doesn't compare to Garchomp, in my opinion. It's quite literally just a worse version of Garchomp.
Right. And the issue with Charizard, a big issue in my opinion, is that for a mon that does a lot of damage, it takes a while for him to do a lot of damage once he evolves. And that's mainly because of his supers. Every mod has a strong super. At the very least, either does damage, really good damage, or really good support. And Charizard definitely deals a lot of damage, but the thing is, I do feel like a mon like Garchomp is just a better Charizard, man. Like it's hard to say. More so, like Garchomp specials aren't that broken, but they're better than Charizard's. We can all agree.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just feel like his overall use is like you could pretty much. He's not a bad mon, but you could pretty much be playing a lot of other mons better than him at this point, right?
Yeah.
For example, Garchomp. Let's see, Snorlax.
All right, so this one, I'm swinging on everybody that's saying this character is D tier. I'm gonna let you know right now, you don't know how to play the character. All right, Snorlax. The only bad thing about Snorlax is that its damage compared to a lot of other mons, it's whatever. But the mon has access to a level 1 heal, which means you can engage with your tackle, which slows the opponent, makes it really easy for trades. You can get out, heal, and go back in. It's arguably one of the best Pokemon. Also, having access to an AoE Yawn makes it really good. The Slam that you get access to is pretty cool. The Shield, that's whatever, in my opinion. I'd rather have the Yawn, but that Body Slam in the tackle is just really good. Also, an ultimate that heals you and does damage as well. Pokemon's insane. It's probably, right now, as of the 25th of June, it's probably the best tank in the game. Hands down.
Its ultimate reminds me of, Sun and Moon, or not Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, his Gigantamax form where he hits you, and then he gets his berry back. That's the level of brokenness his level 3 is at right now. Or his Super Rifle.
It's a heal that does damage. It's insane. And he heals so fast.
And he does so much damage too. Like Earthquake combined with like a healing ability is, in my opinion, is too much. Obviously, he has great. I remember you told me that he doesn't do that much damage. He does damage. I can't lie. I'm surprised to say this. He does damage. I mean, like his body slam. It deletes. It's area of the fact that CC is so good, and it just deletes you at the same time, man. It's so good. It reminds me of Pikachu's Thunderbolt. How much damage it does. It's just. Overall, it's a really good mon. I feel like this mon should be at this point, if you're in the S tier, you should be on at least one team, bro. Like, that's how cheap you are. Let's see. Now, we can talk about Crustle, high key. We can't talk about Crustle.
Crustle is... Okay, so... Here's my problem with Crustle, right? Crustle has access to one of the really cool abilities in the game. It's the ability to build walls. The problem is that the walls, if not used properly, you can like set up situations where you can put your team in a very bad spot. I played like 4 or 5 games with a Crustle on my team, and every single time they would spawn the wall and just fuck me. It was just every single time. It's a fast mon that can build walls, right? That's really much about it. It's a tank mon. If it were up to me, if used properly, I think it's a really good B tier. But it's just not. If I had to choose a tank, I'd pick Snorlax all the way.
1,000%. That's not even a question, bro. Crustle's. Where would we put him though?
I'd put him bottom B.
Because the thing about him is that like. His Shell Smash is such a good move because, like, for a tank to have that much of mobility, like, to just get out of any situation when your health is low, that's really strong, especially for a tank. And obviously, like you said, the walls just being there, just having walls in general. I think his walls are actually better than Ninetales because it has a much larger range than Ninetales. It covers, like, a curved section. So, like, it will take a while for you to get over it, whereas Ninetales is more of just a straight wall. And that's really cheap if you aim the wall correctly. Other than that, I don't know, man. Snorlax just overall supports a team a lot more than Crustle, in my opinion. But Crustle will get more development, obviously. This is the beta, right? So, I feel like Crustle will be used, not as much as Snorlax, but it will definitely be used.
Yeah.
Alright, so Greninja.
So Greninja has very high mobility. It has a lot of gimmicks with the shadow clones and whatever. But that's really much about it. Like, it's just, you have really high mobility, you can fake your opponent out with the Shadow Clones. Compared, like, okay, how do I explain this? It's a damage dealer that has high mobility, but it just doesn't compare to a lot of other mods, right? Like, if I had to choose a damage dealer, I'd rather have Pikachu on my team. I'd rather have Talonflame on my team. It's just, it needs way higher of a payoff, in my opinion.
100% agreed. The thing about the issue I have with Greninja is that, like, whenever the Greninjas that I've experienced, at least, right, my personal experience with Greninjas, they don't deal that much damage. Like, his offense regularly is supposed to be high. He has like 4-star offense, but he's not out here deleting characters like Pikachu, man. Like, this character has nice games. Like, don't get me wrong, having something like Shadow Clone Jutsu is good, especially if you're like triple teamed. But how many times are you gonna be triple teamed in a 5v5 game? You feel me? Like, maybe double teamed, but triple teamed, I don't know. I don't see it personally. And
also,
even so, triple team can lose. Triple team like bodies that game because then you have two people on the clones. The clones are really easy. The clones are really easy to take out. Like, almost you can breathe on them. They lose the clones, and he's really easy to kill. I don't like how Greninja is, in my opinion.
Also, another thing that holds Greninja back, Pikachu has arguably one of the highest damaging abilities in the game, and it's a 5-second cooldown. Greninja doesn't even come close to the damage that Pikachu does, in my opinion. And to top it all off, its lowest cooldown at the highest evolution is 8 seconds. It's 8 or 9 seconds.
That is true.
8 or 9 seconds, and then when you get to level 7, both of the moves have, they're okay moves at most, and they're both 11 seconds, which is very bad.
In my opinion, I would put him at B as well. I don't know which B, but I would definitely be able to put him at B there.
No cap, I don't even think it's in front of Charizard.
You don't think so?
Nope. I don't even think it's in front of Charizard.
Charizard's free ass, bro. At least right
now.
Yeah,
but Greninja does nothing. At least Charizard does some damage, and Charizard has better cooldowns than Greninja. Hold on, let me pull him up so you can see.
I think Greninja's more of Greninja's gimmicks would put him over Charizard, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, bro, all of Charizard's abilities are lower cooldowns. There's no way. There's no way. I'd even put Crustle. No cap. Like, I just have no faith in that mod whatsoever. Not right now, at least. It needs either lower cooldowns or higher damage. The damage is just not there for the amount of cooldown it has.
Well, let's see which one is next, though. Oh!
S tier.
Oh!
It's the only healer in the game. S tier. I don't know what to tell y'all. Literally, I don't even need to go through the rest of its kit. It's the only healer in the game. Like, they really dropped this game with one healer. Pokemon's broken.
I think obviously when Clefairy comes out, yeah, maybe, but it being the only healer it's kind of yikes, bro.
Yeah. Like, you have, like, Venusaur can heal itself, Snorlax can heal itself, the Slowbro can heal itself, but having a Pokemon that can both heal itself and an ally, that's broken. Easy S tier.
Easy S tier. I don't think we have to talk too much about it, honestly. I think this character should be on everyone's team.
Absolutely.
We'll save it for next time. Talonflame. Ooh.
Talonflame is the only Pokemon where, even though I don't agree, if you told me you thought it was better than Pikachu, I'd be like, that's fair. I don't agree, but I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. Because the Pokemon you know what it is? It's better Charizard. That's basically what it is.
It's almost like you're almost disrespecting Talonflame by it.
It has insane fucking mobility. All of its moves are mobility. It's some form of mobility. It has decent cooldowns and it has insane damage. Pokemon's insane.
Yeah, its abilities are mad insane. I just learned, like, literally right now that Brave Bird does, like, one of the highest damaging moves, or is one of the highest damaging moves in the game. I'm sure it does recoil, but at some point, like you won't even notice because of the health. And this game just gets ridiculous.
Also, flame charge boosting speed, which makes it so that either A, if you're getting chased by a Talonflame, you're not getting away, or B, if you're chasing a Talonflame, chances are it's probably getting away. Pokemon is insane. It's the only one in the game where you could be like, I think it's the best, and I'd be like, you know what? That's fair. I don't agree. That's fair. So I think Pikachu and Talonflame are probably tied for best character in the game.
I still think Pikachu is though, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's too difficult. All right, Lucario.
Lucario is... So we had 4 games of it versus a Lucario. It was very mobile, in my opinion. It's just the damage, it wasn't there. We couldn't kill it because we couldn't catch it, but it couldn't kill us because it didn't do any damage. It's a very mobile mon. If it's backed up with the right team, I think it can be good, but other than that, it's a whatever mon, in my opinion.
I mean, I've only had like one experience with Lucario, and it's done. Like when it gets started, it goes ham, it goes ballistic. But other than that,
Also, it has another problem. So I think cooldowns are very important in this game. Being able to spam an ability like Pikachu is like really broken. Lucario actually does have access to a 6-second cooldown on Quick Attack, which is very good. The problem is that after you level up late game, all of your cooldowns are garbage. You have Extreme Speed at a 9-second cooldown. You have Bone Rush at a 10-second cooldown, and Close Combat at a 9-second cooldown. Its cooldowns are just like Greninja's, which are pretty bad. But it's decent. It has good mobility, but cooldowns are too long for the damage to be consistent, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%, I agree there. The thing is, also another issue is that he's like majority of the mons for a close ranged Pokemon, he's really easy to kill, man. He's really easy to kill.
He's mobile. I think that earns him the spot at A. The fact that he's not mobile.
He'd be bottom A in my opinion if I had to order it. I mean, we're probably gonna order it at the end of the day, but he'd probably be bottom A, man.
Yeah.
We'll have to see more, obviously, but he's definitely like in the right spot for A. He's definitely an all arounder. He's just like most of his ability, most of the stats aren't like the greatest. You feel me? They're just split across. They're more average than anything. Let's see. Venusaur.
Venusaur has... Okay. So, being able to heal itself while having a very decent... decent HP... Does it have decent HP? I wouldn't say it's decent. It's okay HP.
It's decent. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid.
Now, Seed Bomb, being an AoE at 6-second cooldown, pretty good. The area effect is very decent. Razor Leaf, on the other hand, even though it does decent damage, it's 9 seconds. And, then eventually it gets Sludge Bomb and Petal Dance, which Petal Dance, 11-second cooldown, and then Sludge Bomb 7 seconds. Okay, so the Pokemon in Team Fight is very good because literally every tool it has is an AoE, and then it also has the ability to heal itself. But it has no mobility, which makes it very slow. It's probably like a Pikachu that just has no mobility, basically. It doesn't have CC like either, I don't think.
It's almost like Ninetales, but like a little less damage, a little less more reliable.
The only CC it has also is Sludge Bomb, which is a slow only. Which slows are decent, but I think that Pokemon's B tier.
Think he's no? There's no way. I can't give him B tier.
I think he's B tier.
I'd probably put him. I don't know. I'm a real. There's no way. There's no way because.
But you gotta think about what the monster we're gonna put in A tier though. You can't say it's because I already know who I'm saying is A tier, and I don't see it competing with any of them.
But these like Solar Beam is also a really strong move too. You gotta realize, like,
yeah, but
it
you know,
doing damage, man. His specials,
you know what?
And he
You
has
know what
Giga Dream, my fault.
Pokemons?
And he has Giga Dream.
You know what Pokemons also offer very good utility, high damage, and even mobility? Garchomp. Ninetales has very good utility and damage. Garchomp has utility, damage, and mobility. Cinderace has damage and mobility. Venusaur is damage. That's pretty much
But
all
I'm
it
putting
has.
him, okay, if that's the case, I'm putting him high B then. I just think, like, he or Venusaur has more to offer than all three of these mons combined, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. It's almost ridiculous. Like, Venusaur just does so much for our team, bro, in my opinion. Especially when it gets started. The thing is, all these mons aren't even bad, bro.
Yeah.
That's the issue with this whole tier list thing, is that all these mons aren't even that bad. Or aren't bad at all. Like, they're all good. It's just like Venusaur, you like, why play Venusaur when you can play Ninetales, right? Like, it's that,
Yeah.
it's almost like that. And yeah, in my opinion, like, sure, like, Giga Drain's pretty good, but you might as well just play a tank at that point, right? Since it doesn't
Yeah.
even do that much damage. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not even a tank, or why it's not even in the same categories, I think. But it's pretty much a lesser tank, but that makes sense, though. That makes sense. Who's next? Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime.
I don't have that much experience with Mr. Mime. All I know is that it has access to barrier and light screen. I also think, if I'm not wrong, I'm about to double check this real quick. But I think Mr. Mime actually has double barrier. Let me peep real quick. Where's Mr. Mime? Let's see. Yeah, knockback with fake out, light screen.
It's like,
Which
it's
is
like
very
a guard
good.
swap, too.
Also, something that I'm reading here, I'm going off based on the information online because I don't really have that much experience with the character. But it specifically says opposing Pokemon. So Mr. Mime might actually be the only Pokemon that has walls that don't prevent allies from walking through them. Because Coruscant prevents allies from walking through them, and I'm pretty sure Ninetales does
Yes.
too.
Yes.
So I think Mr. Mime having a wall which allies can go through, that's pretty good, no cap.
And it has Psychic Guard Swap, which does pretty good damage, actually. And being able to set up screens regardless that opponents can't go through, but allies can, it's pretty good. But then again, like,
Decent cooldowns too.
yeah, the thing is with it being a support, it's not the greatest support mon, bro. Like,
Yeah, probably not.
what is it? It's probably it's the only support mon in the game besides
Eldegoss, basically.
Aldegast. Yeah, it's a bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
like it's the point where why play Mr. Mime when you can play Aldegast?
Yeah.
We go back to that because it does not do any healing. Its screens doesn't really benefit the allies too much. Its support doesn't really support the Pokemon. You feel me? As much as Aldegast.
I
It's a
would
sick
place it
character.
B.
I'd place it B too. It's a sick mod. It's a sick mod, but
I only place it B because of Psychic. So what I'm reading here, Psychic switches defense and switches special defense with whoever he attacks. Which is like, if you do that on like a Snorlax, that's pretty good. Like debuffing tanks is really good. So I'd put him in B. I think that earns him the spot in B.
shit, we might have to make a C tier. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Yeah.
But no,
Alright, who's
I can't say I can't make it. I can't make it C tier. I can't. I think that like for a day like what was day 2? I think having these on B is alright. Who's next? Slowbro.
Slowbro is just worse Snorlax. It's another tank in the game. It heals himself like Snorlax, but doesn't have the. I mean, Water Gun being a slow is pretty good. It's a range slow that means that Slowbro doesn't need to engage. Or I mean, he engages, but he doesn't need to go in to be able to engage a fight. Surf does decent damage. Telekinesis, if you have a coordinated team, Telekinesis is really good because it literally pulls a Pokemon from the fight, but at the same time you can't move, which is kind of it's a yeah, it's basically, oh man, it's basically just not as good Snorlax. But it's still, I'd still say it's probably better than Crustle.
I put it across. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you're asking
Like,
me,
I put it above Crustle, in my opinion.
I mean, being able to being a tank and being able to have long-ranging moves, regardless. I think he's the only tank with long-ranging moves.
Yeah.
That's good in it of itself. I'd probably put a B as well. I mean, its defense is good. My experience with it isn't really that well known, but I'd probably put a B as well. We do need to add more Amons though, but hopefully they come.
We're getting to those soon.
Yeah, we'll get to those 100%. Absol?
Alright, so this, in my opinion, is the last one in this rank. This is the one that closes the door. Absol has some insane mobility, ability to debuff. I think he has a slow. It also has some of the most insane damage because his ability. They decided to give it super luck, man. They can't make a Pokemon game without crits. Which Pokemon's just overall the same. It's a really good jungler, especially if you have it or a mid lane. I don't know if Pokemon they're gonna call it jungling or mid laning. I'm gonna call it jungling. It's very good at jungle. It's very good at getting in and getting out and doing insane amounts of damage on the way. It's very good. Arguably the Pokemon that closest S rank for me. I think Talonflame might be better.
Talonflame would
in terms of mobility and damage, but yeah, I think it'd be like the third best Pokemon in the game.
The reason why I would put Talonflame over is because Talonflame's mobility and offense is just a tad bit. It might not show in the stats, but I feel like Talonflame's overall offense and mobility and its ability to escape is better than Absol's. Absol's might do a little bit more damage, but I don't know because Brave Bird be hitting, bro.
Yeah,
Brave Bird be hitting. I think all around, I do think Absol's a less reliable Talonflame, but a less reliable still gives you that strength, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's
I think it's probably the third best character in the game, in my opinion. Third.
I can't. I mean because like
just
because Snorlax's and Eldegoss's usage is just so powerful, man. I don't know. Absol's more of a character where you can.
The reason I put Pikachu, Talonflame, and Absol in front of those two is because those three don't need other Pokemon with them. Eldegoss is very good, but what makes it very good is what it can do with other Pokemon with it. Same with Snorlax. In my opinion, Absol, Talonflame, and Pikachu don't need that. Like, we've seen it time and time again, where like a Pikachu will like do a 1v1 and even sometimes pull off the 1v2. Same with Talonflame, same with Absol. If Snorlax is pulling off like a 1v3 and winning, like walking away alive, bro, something is wrong. Let's just go ahead and say that right now. Something is wrong. If somebody gets 1v3'd by Eldegoss, bro, you might need to dock the Switch after that one. It's just, ooh.
So you and your two homies might have to. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Nah, don't just single one out, bro. That would be crazy.
I just have to dock the Switch and call it a day, bro. God damn.
100%. I do think what should we call it, Eldegoss? Yeah, not known for being an offensive DPS, but it is fine. Machamp though. I think it's better than what people say. Like, a lot of people put him like D tier, C tier, but I don't know, because the thing is with Machamp is that once Machamp technically gets started, it is so hard to stop this character. He, in my opinion, like out of all the ones I fought, if he is on you, he does by far the most damage, bro. Being able to
Yeah.
have a move like, I believe it's body slam, where he grabs you, or I forgot the tackle move that he does. But he runs at you and grabs you. That's pretty good for two reasons. One, doing a massive amount of damage, and two, to get you out of any situation if you are losing. It's pretty much a speed buff. Also, being able to have bullet punch, something like that, to cover for his short range is really, really good. And obviously, he might have, in my opinion, one of the best supers in the game, just because he just gets on you, and it's a long-lasting super too. Because he can just attack you. It's pretty much a strength boost, right, or an attack boost. And then when you press the special button again, you get to just go ham and I believe, I forgot what his move. I think it's dynamic punch. I believe where he just goes like crazy and just throws like a bunch of fists at you.
It's either that or close combat.
Close combat. It's probably close combat. Yeah, close combat's it just literally wipes your entire health away in like one shot. It's crazy. I think this character is better than what people say, although he'd still probably be B tier. Unfortunately. What do you think about him though?
I think if you can get Machamp early, very good mod. But I definitely do think he gets outscaled. Like, out of all the 3-star evolutions, right? We have Talonflame, which 100% is better. I think Garchomp's probably better, because I want to put Garchomp in A. I don't think Charizard's better. No way. No way. No.
In my opinion, we might have to make a C tier, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Just to put Charizard in there, bro. It bothers me seeing it in B. No cap.
Yeah.
I think the last 3 mons in B tier right now can go to C. Yeah, I've had them in my games, I've played against them, and it always feels underwhelming.
Yeah, even Lightning. We've had Lightning on our squad for like multiple games in a row, and it's probably more so Lightning's just really good at LOL games, but it's yikes, bro. Like, it's pretty yikes. Alright, let's see.
Alright, bro. This, for all the people out there that you just like being an asshole, you want to play a Pokemon that's goddamn annoying to play against, this is your mon. That's A tier. That Pokemon, every single one of its moves, it's either a stun, a slow, or a shield. That bot is so goddamn annoying. It's literally a CC bot. That's what it is. That mon is stupid. If you want to be the annoying asshole on the team, bro, that's your mod. You play Wigglytuff. That is so insane. The Pokemon is so annoying. It has stuns, slows. It's just stupid.
And it does damage too. That's the crazy thing, bro.
It's fucking stupid.
What is it? Double slap? Just, oh my god. You can't move when it double slaps you. Sing is... Oh my god. Sing
So level
gotta go,
1...
bro.
Level 1, it drops your defense and speed. Already godlike. No, also level 1, access to a shield. Godlike. Then level 4, you either get access to Sing, or you get access to another shield. Godlike. Level 6, you get access to Dazzling Gleam, which hits twice, mind you, or Double Slap, which, you guessed it, drop speed. That Pokemon is so annoying. Jesus Christ.
He's just it's just the buff king, bro. The buff king.
Yeah.
It just goes ham, bro. It just goes ham. That's all I can say.
Deadass, if it had more HP, I would say it's better than Snorlax. If it had more HP. That's the only reason I value Snorlax more.
If it did have more HP, it'd be broken. I'm glad it doesn't have more HP. That would be ridiculous.
Jesus. Pokemon's insane.
Let's see. Ninetales, easy A. Easy A. No ifs, ands, or buts. Do you want me to go first on this or you?
Up to you, bro.
Okay. Aurora Veil, so broken. It's like Aurora Veil almost makes this character like a semi or a pseudo support mon, being able to just buff your Pokemon's defenses. Oh my god, and just making them so much harder to kill. It reminds me of Eldegoss, bro. Because, like, they're just there just to last the game even longer, man. It's a really good, it's obviously a ranged Pokemon. In my opinion, I really value ranged Pokemons. Because they can, like, hit, obviously, far away. They don't have to be anywhere near to do damage. Ninetales also has one of the best CCs in the game. And obviously can support with Aurora Veil. If I had to compare it, it'd probably be like a better Venusaur, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it'd probably be a better Venusaur. It's just overall really strong.
So you start level 1, you have Vulpix, which has 2 slows. Both of its abilities are slows, and both of them are ranged. One of them's on a 5-second cooldown, the other one's in an 8-second cooldown, I believe. That already makes it godlike. Then you level up to level 4, you get access to Ninetales, and you either get access to Avalanche or Dazzling Gleam. Unlike Wigglytuff's Dazzling Gleam, Ninetales hits twice, and it doesn't hit twice, but it stuns. Avalanche, it spawns a wall, which makes it obviously obstructs, which is very good, but that wall also does damage, and I believe it also slows, which is, again, very good. Every single bit of this mod is just very good utility, in my opinion. The only thing that holds it back is that once you get to level 6, once again, cooldown problems. You have Blizzard, which is an 11-second cooldown, and you have Aurora Veil, which is a really good move, but it's a 13-second cooldown. You won't always have it up, right? And it's a move that it involves you running at your opponent, and if your team's not in sync with Aurora Veil, then it's very difficult. But if your team is in sync with Aurora Veil, it's godlike. It's very good.
Amazing. Now Cramorant.
Oh Jesus Christ. I can't really say much about Cramorant because I've only had one on my team, and I have to say that they were horrible.
I don't want to. Cramorant might be the only I don't know on this team, on this tier list.
Yeah, because I just don't have. I literally only had one Cramorant on my team, and they played absolutely horrible. So I can't, in good conscience, give it a rating. I just can't.
Neither can I. No one really plays Cramorant, and it makes sense because like no one really wants to play this kind of character. Like who boots up Pokemon and say, "Yo, let me main Cramorant real quick, bro." Look at this mon, bro. It looks goofy, bro. Like you told me this is gonna be on a fighting game team or a legit league team. Like look at this. You have like a roster of Pokemon. Now, this is just becoming a roast at this point. You have a roster like 800-man roster of Pokemon. And you choose Cramorant as one of your first base roster Pokemon. Like, at that point, like, I'm glad it's on I don't know, because I legit don't know who the hell would pick this character in the first place. But, we leave it at that. We'll go next, because it's not, I'm just being honest, it probably won't even be that popular Pokemon, but we move, bro, we move. Gengar.
This is probably my only hot take. I've seen a lot of people talk about Gengar, and everybody's like, he's dookie. I'ma just go ahead and say this. I think Gengar is really good. Number 1, Will-O-Wisp is very easy to land, does damage over time, and it's a 5-second cooldown. Lick, if you pair it with high damage Pokemon or Pokemon with a CC, having a guaranteed pull, basically at level 1 is very good. Shadow Ball being on a 4-second cooldown, dropping movement speed and the special defense with the amount of damage it does, considering I believe it also goes through Mons, if I remember this correctly. Very good. I feel like the only bad move it has is Hex, just because it poisons, which is okay, but it also teleports Gengar in, which I don't think that's what you want to do unless you're using Dream Eater, which puts the Pokemon to sleep, and if you use Dream Eater again, you heal, the way Dream Eater works. I think Gengar is really good. I think that his ultimate is probably kind of underwhelming. It slows. It gives you invisibility, which is nice. But in my experience, I played, I believe, 7 games of Gengar today. It just doesn't seem that. The ultimate doesn't seem like the best. It's not bad, but doesn't seem like the best. I still think he's probably A tier.
Probably bottom though. I don't know what to say
Yeah.
that much about Gengar because I don't play him. But Gengar, when it gets started, is really good at just dealing damage, and that's obvious because it is an attacker, right? It's like DPS.
Yeah.
The Shadow Ball does pretty good damage too, so that's pretty good. It reminds me of Pikachu's Thunder Ball in a way.
Yeah.
Covers a pretty good range, hits multiple enemies. It's just overall solid. It's a good mon.
Yeah.
It's a fast mon too, so it has pretty good mobility.
Alright, so we made it to Garchomp. Garchomp is the game's slow ball machine. Essentially, early game, he's kind of lackluster. Gibble is, etc. Whatever. Gabite is decent, but man, when you get to Garchomp, Jesus Christ, that mon has some of the most ridiculous damage in the game, with also one of the most ridiculous, bro. Being able that Dragon Rush, bro, that move is broke. Jesus Christ, so much mobility, so much damage. The only reason this Pokemon is not an S tier for me is because how long you have to wait to pop off. You're not popping off with Gibble. If you're popping off with Gibble, your opponent's doing something wrong. Gabite, you need very good teammates to pop off with, in my opinion. But when you get to Garchomp, Jesus Christ, that monster.
I think I'm more feared of Garchomp than any mon in this game when it comes to them just like snowballing a team. Because I used to the thing is with me is I used to think Garchomp sucked. Like if you ask me like what I think about Garchomp day one, probably C tier. And then, but when he gets started, the thing if his ability or if his utility was just consistent, he'd be S tier in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's just going through the evolutions of Gibble and I forgot the second form.
Gabite, yeah.
Gabite is just so. It has to be A in my opinion. At the very least, I'm putting Gengar below, but it has to be A. Just because
I'd actually, no cap, I'd put him in front of Lucario too. In my opinion. Because, bro, it's just when you get the Garchomp, that shit's insane. I think you'll get more mileage early from Ninetales and Wigglytuff, obviously. But late game, Garchomp's king. One ball left.
I believe the next one's Cinderace, right? The last one's Cinderace? Yes, the last
Yep.
one is Cinderace. Okay.
So, Cinderace has good damage, good displacement, and good mobility. It's like if Cinderace is what happens when Pikachu and Talonflame have a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Mon can do things that both of them can do, but it can't do them as good as either of them. It doesn't do higher damage numbers than Pikachu, in my opinion. And it doesn't have mobility as good as Talonflame either, but it has access to both. I think it's A tier free.
I agree A tier too. The thing is with Cinderace is like I feel like Cinderace is one of the best Pokemon when it comes to getting heated up. Because like when this mon gets started, oh my lord, you just don't know what to do.
Yeah. I think the two snowball machines of the game are probably Garchomp and Cinderace. Like, late game, they're really good. Early game, they're whatever. I personally like Garchomp better, but I think it's up to preference.
Yeah, and his specials are pretty good. It's obviously, it feels like it has to be far range, right? Like, it's a range mod, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like Pikachu, which has range, but it's just not as good as Pikachu. It also has mobility, like Talonflame.
Yes.
It's just not as good as Talonflame.
Exactly. Yes. That's probably the best thing I can say is that it's pretty much a baby between. It's a baby between Pikachu and Talonflame. Like,
Yeah.
it's really good. Its special moves are pretty good. It's a Pyro Ball. Oh, Pyro Ball's so strong. Pyro Ball is an amazing move. I forgot its other movesets, but like at this point, like it doesn't even matter what it throws at you. Just use Pyro Ball and you pretty much are good. You're pretty much upset.
Yeah.
I obviously want to learn more about the game in general, so I can understand these characters more. But once the game officially does come out, me and Afi do plan on making more content or making more videos based off of Pokemon, and we would like to see how this game grows. But other than that, do you have anything else to say, Afi?
Anybody that has a problem with my Snorlax placement can fight me, bro. Pokemon's broken.
Oh,
Tired of
the
seeing
top five,
everybody
bro.
be like, everyone's like, oh my god, he's whatever. He's like C tier at most. I'm like, bro, you don't know how to play Snorlax. Then I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just Mon's insane.
Oh,
That's pretty much all I can say. A problem with my Snorlax placement, bro. 1v1 me. Shit's insane, bro. Mon's insane.
Other than that, I guess that's pretty much it. So if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll talk to y'all boys later. Y'all boys take it easy.